Hi guys, it's me Damien or Gabriel. I don't really care which one you call me, just don't call me by my birth name. Anyways, I'm sorry about this because I had to take my dog to the vet and I just picked her up this morning, so I'm getting around to making this video today and I'm so sorry that I made it late, so I did not know about that unforeseen circumstance. Anyways, we're talking about gender this week, and that could have a very different interpretation from depending on who you're talking to. Take my parents, for example. They have a very traditional view of gender. It's kind of like a cut and dry traditional roles. The woman's supposed to stay home, but the guy is supposed to be the sole breadwinner, and they come home and they're expected to do nothing while the woman just sits there cooking, cleaning, and taking care of the kids, what have you. Name anything that requires work, I'm sure they're doing it, and the guy's just sitting there watching TV, just resting because work was too hard. So, that's what I had to live with. My brother literally gets free reign. He just sits there while when I signed female at birth, I had to do so many chores. And while seeing my brother on the couch just watching TV, having so much fun while I clean the kitchen or do laundry or I'm washing the dishes, he just gets away scot-free. And that always angered me. And I also felt a little jealousy for that. Eh. But I still do it now. Like they're starting to have a lot less um less a closed-minded view of gender where like it's not the males are supposed to contribute there. It's not like the woman that's doing all the work. Women can have jobs too, but it's going to be a long time before they see gender beyond a person's genitals, which they may or may not know. They just assume the standard guys have penises, women have vaginas, which is not always the case. Because there's some people that like guys who lose their genitals in an accident or maybe have to be removed because of a life or death circumstance. Does that make them any less of a man just because they don't have those because of unforeseen circumstances? Of course not. Not like how it's the same thing with Angelina Jolie, who had to have her breast removed because of like a higher risk of breast cancer. Doesn't make her less of a woman. No, she's still a woman through and through. And it should be the same for transgender people everywhere. So, there's other people, and this is something I had to learn myself because just like my parents, what else did you expect? I also saw gender through other people's genitals that I just assumed were there because obviously you don't go around and ask, hey, listen, what do you have between your pants? Because for one thing, it's none of my business. I can just assume what's there, and hopefully they say no, that's not true and all that. But generally, you would just look at the person and be like, yeah, I'm sure this guy. Oh, I see a guy right there. I'm sure he has a penis. And you just look at a woman's like, I'm sure she has a vagina. You just assume, like, you just don't know for sure. And, of course, it's invasive to ask about their genitals, just like it's invasive enough to ask a trans person. And people seem to imply when they ask about their genitals that a trans person is anything but human. Because you wouldn't ask a person that you perceive as cis about their genitals, and the same should be expected of not asking a trans person. But I guess people feel the need. It's like, oh my god, what do you have down there? They like put us under a microscope, and they're just like, oh, what do you got down there? I just have to know. And the truth is, no, you don't have to know. They don't have to know unless they're my partner, my doctor, my gynecologist. They're the only people that have to know. Everybody else, I can just lie and say, yeah, I have a nice I have a nice package down there. It's 7 inches. Of course, that's a lie, but that's what I just tell people because they don't need to know. I keep my transgender status at work on a very close to me. I don't really reveal it too much. So gender is very fluid because sometimes like I feel like kind of I wouldn't say I'm identify as female, but I do have like tendencies where I'm like I express feminine traits at times. Like gender expression would be the best. Like I'm in my gender expression, there are times where I actually act pretty feminine, like watching TV, picking with toys and all that, and it's fun. Like this toy, I love this thing. His name's Tibbers, my new cuddle buddy. Anyways, a lot of people need to understand that gender is fluid. It's beyond genitals. and it's a person's identity, and that should be respected. And it's irrelevant of your opinion of whether or not that person's male enough or female enough or it's like trans enough. There's just no contesting it. You just have to respect other people's opinions, and even if yours differ, and just be a civilized human being. There's no need to be a jerk. And I guess that's like my view of gender in a nutshell. So I think that's all I have to say on the subject. Once again, I'm very sorry this video is late. I had to take my dog. And she's getting pretty old, and I'm hoping like whatever's ailing her passes, because she's been with me since like the teen years, like since I was 13, so she's getting pretty old. So I have to take care of her. She's like my little sister that I never had. So yeah, I hope you guys have a good weekend, and it's the start of fall, which is a blessing in disguise because I was almost about to die from this summer heat in New York City. So my binder now is a blessing instead of a curse. And hopefully this will be the first and last summer I wear it, because I'm trying to get into, like, you know, the whole top surgery thing. But yeah, that's another story. So, yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace.